Raptors fans, Akil Augustine, Sherman Hamilton, Paul Jones, and the Utah Jazz on the second night of a back-to-back for the Toronto Raptors. It's a home game, luckily. But let's talk about this Utah Jazz team, riddled with injuries right now. They were kind of suspected to be, an up-and-coming team in the West, but the bottom's falling out, Jonesy.
I think they surprised, when you measured them against expectations last year, they surprised people. They were seemingly in the hunt for a playoff play-in spot for a long, long time before water finally hit its level, found its level. And then I'm not sure what people expected this year because they had such a good year last year, but that was maybe overachieving. And you look at this year, this is probably what they expected last year.
Yeah.
And a lot of guys that are, that would be good pieces on contending teams, but when you put them together as a whole, I don't think they're a team that's going to challenge.
The island of misfits. That's what Utah is.
Right? Yeah. And I look at the individual pieces, and they don't, the old thing, sum of the parts.
Yeah,
that's not the case in Utah right now.
Yeah, I like some of the individual talent. I just don't think that group is going to get the chance to actually see who they can be. But there's no question. Markkanen has proven that he's a different player now. He's not the guy who was back in Chicago. He's different now. And I think that it's tough to really figure out who this group would be just based on last year because they didn't get a chance to follow it up health-wise.
Yes.
To see who they could be. So, but if you're the Raptors, you don't care. They come in here banged up, you better jump on them really early. It'll be the second game of a back-to-back, as you're saying. If you're the Raptors, you're in full attack mode from the jump. This would be a game to get off the snide in terms of that first quarter jinx that they have. This would be a game to get it going early.
Speaking of on the attack, Danny Ainge, one of the most ruthless GMs we've ever seen in NBA history. And
knows how to build a championship team, though.
And the word is out in his locker room. People feel like a lot of guys are available. You've got, Lauri Markkanen, rumors of a trade. Colin Sexton, who's, was expected to be their starting point guard, hasn't really ever found that role with this team right now because of injuries. He's starting and playing pretty well, so building up his stock. And then you got Jordan Clarkson, right? So, Jonesy, I'll start with you. Are these guys appealing pieces for like a championship team or a team that wants to make that next level jump?
For sure. Markkanen would be a terrific piece, could even be a starting piece as a 3-4 option on a really good team. And then you look at a guy like Clarkson, he's an energy guy coming off your bench. He may not pass it a whole lot, but he's gonna get you buckets. He's gonna change the flow of the game. He's gonna bring something that I wouldn't say the game doesn't have, that very, very few teams have, in a guy that is a sixth man like that with that kind of energy. So those are appealing pieces to contending teams. Hey, maybe we get that guy and he gives us this. And he's not a regular consistent contributor. He's kind of a spot player or a bench player or a role player on a good team.
And then Horton Tucker's reminding people that he can play.
Yeah. We forgot about him after Los Angeles.
Right, and he's getting an opportunity, and he's showing everybody that he can play. So, like Sexton is playing in a way that his numbers are indicating there could be interest. I don't know how he helps a team moving forward. I don't. But he's showing that he can produce. Jordan Clarkson, I agree. He's a guy who can come off the bench on many teams and just fill it up for you.
All right, well, let's hope this Utah Jazz team doesn't figure it out anytime soon, as we're looking for our Toronto Raptors to get a dub on this one. Utah at Toronto, Saturday night, 7:30, Sportsnet TV, TSN Radio. And to all of our fans out there, Sherm wanted me to make sure to wish you guys a very Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah.
Say it with your chest, boy. Say it with your chest.
Jonesy, chiming in here?
Happy holidays.
Happy
Whatever
holidays.
you celebrate, get after it.